I flew home from Germany after 2 years abroad to surprise my mom for her birthday. Instead, I walked into a backyard full of strangers screaming, "Just married." A banner read, "Cheers to the new Mr. and Miss." I froze when I saw her, my ex-fiancée, in the dress we picked together, holding hands with my brother. When I asked what the hell was going on, my mom laughed. "Honey, don't be selfish. It's their day now." Then my dad said, "We used the $18,000 you saved for your wedding to pay for theirs. You wouldn't have used it anyway." Then my brother smirked, "Pack your bags. We're taking your room for the baby." A week later, they got hit with something none of them were ready for. Hey everyone. Before we dive in, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, supports the channel, and ensures you never miss out on amazing videos. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so IDK, if this is even the right sub, maybe it's off my chest or whatever, but I'm basically vibrating and I need to just get this out because what just happened is so far beyond anything I thought my family would pull. I literally feel like I'm in a prank show, except it's just my life being trashed in real time. So, I've been living in Germany for almost exactly 2 years. Came back a couple times for holidays, but it's been a while. And yeah, I know I kind of fell off the grid with my family. Like we'd text some calls, mostly group chat stuff, but not really deep convos. I was busy, they were busy, whatever. But I always told them I'd be back for my mom's birthday. It's like her thing. She makes a big deal out of it every year. Parties, cake, the whole backyard filled with people from her yoga thing and neighbors who still act like it's the 90s. But this year, IDK, the group chat got weird. Like, my mom kept saying stuff like, "Don't just show up, let us know first, it's crazy around here." Haha, but I figured she was just stressed, maybe trying to keep it low-key, maybe dad was being weird again about family schedules. He gets like that, old school, wants everything on a spreadsheet but then ignores it anyway. I shrugged it off, booked my flight, didn't tell anyone. Wanted to do the whole walk-in with a cake thing because I thought it would be funny, or at least like not a huge deal. So I land, jet-lagged, whatever, grab a lift. The driver was blasting Euro techno the whole time. I almost told him to turn it up just to feel something. Get to my parents' place and already it's off. There's way more cars than usual in the street, like way more, even for one of my mom's parties. I think, okay, maybe she's going nuts this year. But as I walk up the side yard, I hear music, not our usual 80s playlist, but actual wedding music, like the kind you hear at the end of a rom-com. There's laughing, people clapping, and I'm getting this weird vibe like I'm about to walk into someone else's party. I'm still carrying my little suitcase and this paper bag with some German snacks in it, feeling like a dork, already sweating, because why is it 90 degrees in May? I walk around to the backyard and I can't even describe it. The whole back lawn is decked out like a wedding venue. There's a huge banner that says, "Cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs." And I see people I don't recognize, like a ton, and a few old neighbors, but nobody from my side of the family except my folks and my brother Jet. I'm literally just standing there like an idiot. People look at me weird and then someone yells, "Just married," like it's a joke. But then everyone picks it up and starts clapping and I'm just standing there holding my bag, totally lost. Then I see her, Grace, my ex-fiancée. She's wearing this white dress, the one we picked out together. Legit, I remember the day. She made me take a million photos. We fought about lace versus no lace. She's holding hands with Jet, my own brother, who has the nerve to look me right in the face and smile. And I swear, I almost dropped everything right there. My mom comes up acting like nothing is weird, hugs me way too hard, then pulls back and laughs and goes, "Don't be selfish, honey, it's their day now." Like I'm the one being dramatic. I try to ask what the actual hell is happening, and my dad, who's already got a drink in hand, just goes, "We used the money you saved for your wedding to pay for theirs. You wouldn't have used it anyway." Like it's just a normal sentence. Like I should thank him for being so efficient with my life savings. I don't even know how to describe the noise in my head at that point. Grace won't meet my eyes, but she's got her hand locked in with Jet's. And Jet, man, he just smirks, leans in and says, "Pack your bags, we're taking your room for the baby." Like it's a joke. But he's dead serious. I don't even know about a baby until literally right then. My mom laughs again, like this is all just so cute and quirky, and my dad's already back to greeting people like nothing just happened. I try to talk to Grace to get her to explain, but she just pulls away, barely says anything. Something about, "It just happened, and you were never here." And Jet steps between us, not even subtle about it. I think for a second about just punching him, but there's like 50 people around, some old family friends, and my mom steps in, says I'm making a scene, says it's not about me. So I leave. I just walk out, back through the front, suitcase dragging behind me, and I hear my dad shout something, but I don't even bother to listen. Slam the front gate too hard, almost break the latch. I get to the curb and just sit down, because I feel like if I go anywhere, I'll just throw up or start screaming. My phone's already blowing up. Text from my mom, one from Jet that just says grow up. Grace is silent. I don't answer any of them. I sit there for like 20 minutes, just watching some random neighbor's dog try to eat a balloon. Then this old dude from across the street walks up and goes, "Rough party." And I just laugh because, yeah, that about covers it. I guess I'm posting this because I genuinely don't know what the play is here. Like, what kind of people do this? And for I'm not even mad about Grace and Jet getting together. Whatever, people are trash. But my own family acting like I'm just some spare part they can use for their little project, using my money, the money I saved for years, and then laughing about it? Yeah, I kind of want to burn it all down. Not literally, obviously, but I'm not about to just let them walk all over me. I'm not that guy. So yeah, that's where I'm at. First time in 2 years I come home and it's like I walked into someone else's nightmare. I got a cheap motel for the night, didn't even unpack. Can't sleep. Keep replaying it, their faces, the way my mom just shrugged me off like I'm the problem. The way Jet looked almost proud. The way my dad just like shrugged, I don't know, I could just leave again. Fly back. Nobody would even notice. But part of me is so mad I can't even think straight. I want them to feel it, all of it. I want them to know how it feels to have the rug pulled out, to have everyone just take what's yours and tell you to smile about it anyway. If anyone's got ideas, I'm all ears. Or maybe I just needed to say it out loud. I don't even care if nobody believes me. I almost don't believe it myself, but trust, this isn't the end. Not for me. Update 1. So I didn't think I'd actually post again, but things got real in a way I wasn't expecting. NGL, I'm still running hot. Haven't slept more than a few hours since that nightmare of a backyard circus. I appreciate the DMs and wild suggestions, and yeah, some of you are savage, respect. But I didn't need advice to know what I was going to do. I just needed to sit in the anger long enough for it to turn into action. I'm not the walk away and be the bigger man guy. Never was. So I wake up at this trash motel, like 3 hours of sleep, dead phone, and just replay the whole thing in my head again. My mom's laugh, my dad's, you wouldn't have used it anyway, Jet's smug little grin, and Grace not even looking at me. I scroll through my messages, mom's still on her let's talk when you're calm thing. Jet sent a meme, not even a good one. Dad's got nothing but one, call me when you grow up. Grace is totally silent, of course. The thing is, they really thought I'd just take it. Like pack my bag and slink off, maybe fly back to Berlin, just disappear again. That's always been the thing, right? Everett's not a fighter. Everett's the quiet one. Everett's never here anyway. So what's he gonna do? And honestly, maybe that's on me. I let them believe it for too long. Not this time though, so I start going through everything they touched. My money, my stuff, every shared thing that's ever had my name on it. It's a lot, and I'm not saying that to flex. It's just how it is when you're the one everyone trusts to handle the boring stuff. Family business, house utilities, even their stupid little wedding fund. Dad always said, you're so organized, it's easier this way. Yeah, well, it's about to get real inconvenient for them. First thing, I call the venue. The contract is still in my name, because of course it is. Jet's never handled a bill in his life. Grace just assumed it was handled. I ask if the wedding is still on, play dumb, and the lady's like, oh, we've been waiting for your final confirmation. Are you ready to lock in catering? I tell her to cancel everything. No backup, no warning, just done. She's not happy, but I'm not here to be liked. Then the florist, same deal. I'm the contact. Cancel. Same for chairs, music, literally every vendor. Every single one I call, I email, I text if I have to. All in my name. They don't even try to argue, just annoyed they wasted their time. Then I start in on the money. So there's this old joint account my parents set up for emergencies. I used it for the wedding fund. Dad used it to pay for repairs or whatever. They never took my name off. So I just go in and flag it for authorization review, which basically freezes it until everyone shows ID at the bank. Fun piece of trivia. My dad's ID is expired. He always said it didn't matter. Guess what? It matters now. I leave a note in the system saying I don't recognize several recent withdrawals. Which is true, like I literally didn't authorize. That triggers the fraud department to call everyone. Instant chaos. I check on the family business stuff too. My name's still on the LLC paperwork because I did all the digital forms. Jet can't spell password without help, let alone manage business filing. I send in a request to withdraw as an owner, which means the state puts a hold on all transactions until everything's updated. And it also flags the bank to pause the main account. Nobody can pay anyone. Nobody can get paid. It's not illegal. It's just how paperwork works. I don't even have to lie. It's all above board. Next up, the house. I helped them refinance a few years back. Long story, but my name's still on the dock. I send in a removal request, which means the mortgage company is going to do a risk reassessment. If they don't have enough income, they have to requalify or refi again, which they absolutely can't do right now, not with the business frozen and the wedding money gone. I'm not trying to get them kicked out, but I'm also not about to let them sit in a house they used my money to upgrade. It's not spite, it's just principle. And okay, maybe a little spite. I take a break, scroll through TikTok, eat some stale chips, then decide to check in on the wedding license. Grace and Jet didn't even bother to remove my info from the original file. We filled it out together back before everything blew up. So I call the county and ask if it's possible to resend a witness signature, since I was never actually there for their ceremony. The lady on the phone is super confused, but once she looks up the file and sees my name is still technically listed as partner, she says they need to review the whole thing. Not an annulment, just a paperwork hold. I don't know if it'll actually kill their marriage, but it's enough to make things complicated for a while. The best part? I check my credit card app and see a huge charge from the jewelry store from a few months ago. I wasn't even in the country. I file a dispute, say I never authorized that purchase, not a lie. Within an hour, the bank emails me that the charge is being investigated and the account is locked until they talk to both parties. Grace is going to be pissed when they come for the ring. I almost laugh, but honestly, it just feels empty. I know some of you are going to say I went nuclear, and you're right. But here's the thing. Nobody ever thought I'd actually fight back. They always figured I'd just eat it, be the mature one, like that's some badge of honor. But I'm not going to be the doormat, not after all that. Every step I took was legal, every form was mine to file, every call was just me protecting what's mine. If they wanted to play games, they should have read the rules. So the fallout starts almost immediately. My mom calls, voice shaking, trying to sound calm, but I can hear the edge like she's about to snap. She says, "We need to talk. You're making things difficult. It's not fair to the family." I tell her, "You made your choice. Now live with it." She hangs up, calls back. I don't answer. Dad texts me, says I'm acting like a child. I send him a screenshot of the bank notice. He just replies with a thumbs down. Classic. Jet tries to act tough, sends a wall of texts about how I'm ruining everything, how Grace is devastated, how I'm so petty. I reply once, "Enjoy the room." He goes off, calls me every name he can think of, then switches to begging. Says they need money for the baby. Can't I just be a good brother? I don't respond. I block him. For now, I'm not in the mood. The only one who doesn't reach out is Grace, which is probably the smartest move she's made in this whole mess. I don't need or want her apology. She made her bed. Now she gets to share it with my idiot brother and a stack of unpaid bills. I know there's going to be social consequences for this, like our old neighbors will gossip, my parents will spin some story about how Everett lost it. But I'm not worried. I kept records, emails, contracts, everything. If anyone asks, I'll show them, not out of spite, just facts. I guess the wildest part is how fast everything moves once you stop caring about being nice. For the first time in years, I actually feel like I'm the one holding the cards, not just shuffling them for everyone else. I'm not done yet, not by a long shot, but I can already feel the panic building on their side. And honestly, it's about time. I'll update again if things get messier. I have a feeling they will. Update 2. So I guess I'm the villain now. Honestly, I keep seeing texts and missed calls, and even old family friends popping up in my DMs, acting like what I did was some kind of war crime or whatever. But nobody seems to have a problem with what they did to me. Just me, apparently, for not being the bigger person. Whatever. NGL, I feel lighter than I have in years. I'm not just burning bridges, I'm digging up the road. It's weird. The first sign things were actually hitting them wasn't even a call from my parents. It was this random email from the venue manager. All polite, but basically, "Can you confirm this cancellation? The family is upset and says it's a misunderstanding, but your name's on the contract." I just replied, "Yeah, it's canceled. Send them the bill." Then 2 hours later, my mom calls, but I let it ring. 5 minutes later, my dad. And he's not the type to call for anything, so I know it's working. I spent most of the next day just walking around, eating whatever street food I could find, letting my phone buzz itself to death. At one point, I almost picked up when Grace called, but then I remembered the look on her face at the party. She never even tried to explain, just let Jet talk over her. I don't need more explanation. I want them to feel alone for once. The group chat is wild. Mom goes from "please just talk to us" to "you're destroying our family" to "I'm your mother, you owe me" in like 3 messages. Dad's all, "This is childish. I thought you were better than this." Jet is straight up losing it. Says he's going to come find me. Says I'm ruining his life. I almost wish he would try, but he never does. Classic. The best part, though, is hearing from people I haven't talked to in ages. My cousin retexted me like, "Bro, WTF did you do? Aunt Charlotte's losing it on Facebook. Everyone's saying you froze the business and your parents are about to lose the house." I just said, "Ask them whose name was on everything." Reese didn't reply, but I know he gets it. He's been on the wrong end of my parents' like, "It's family, so it's fine" logic, too. I guess some people are going to say I should have warned them or tried to talk it out, but what's the point? Every time I ever tried to set a boundary, my mom would act like I was attacking her. Dad would just say, "Don't be dramatic," and Jet would stir it up for laughs. I swear, growing up it was always, "Let Everett handle it, he's responsible," until suddenly I'm not useful anymore. Then it's just take his stuff, take his money, take his fiancée, and try to act like it's just bad timing. Sorry, not letting you off easy. The real mess started 2 days ago. I guess Jet and Grace tried to salvage things with some backyard do-over, but with no catering, no chairs, no music, I killed every contract I could. It was just them, my parents, a couple confused neighbors, and a bunch of folding tables. I heard from Ree that Grandma Jane showed up, saw the whole scene, and left after my mom tried to blame everything on me. Apparently Grandma just said, "I always knew you'd push him too far one day." I almost wish I'd been there for that. The money situation is chaos. My dad tried to get the bank to unfreeze the joint account, but you can't just wave a flag and make the paperwork go away, especially when the person who opened the account is right there flagging withdrawals and asking for a full audit. I got a call from the manager who actually recognized my name and just said, "Do you want to come in and sign for a full closure?" I said, "Yep." So now the only money left is what was in my personal account, and I moved that out before any of this started. I found out Jet tried to pay for something with my old card. Guess he thought I'd just leave it on file, and it got declined. Apparently he had a meltdown in the store, started blaming Grace, then called Mom crying. Reese said Mom tried to call me from the parking lot, but I had her number blocked by then. I got one email from Grace. I almost deleted it, but I opened it just to see. All it said was, I didn't want it to go this way. That's it. Not even an apology, just that. I didn't reply. What do you even say to that? I used to think she was the one person who got me, but now I realize I was just easy to step on. She picked the easier path, and now she gets to live with it. The family business is just dead in the water. Dad never learned how to run things online. Mom never cared about paperwork. I got a call from a client asking if things were okay because their invoices bounced. I explained the business was on hold until ownership was sorted, and if they needed anything, they could reach out to me directly. Not even trying to poach, just being honest. I'm not the villain here, even if they want to paint it that way. Neighbors started talking too. My mom slammed the door in Mrs. Harper's face when she came by with a casserole, which is wild because my mom used to live for that kind of neighborhood drama. Now she's hiding out in the house, curtains drawn, pretending nothing's wrong. Dad's just angry all the time, stomping around the yard, yelling at anyone who walks too close. He actually got into a shoving match with the mailman over a package. Pure chaos. Jet tried to show up at my motel one night. I saw him coming from the lobby window and just stayed in my room. He texted me from the parking lot, said if I didn't come out and fix this, he was going to make me regret it. I didn't reply. Next morning, the motel guy said someone tried to kick my door in. Didn't work, but nice try, bro. I moved to a different motel just in case. The only one who actually tried to talk to me like a human was Grandma Jane. She called, said she was sorry for how things turned out, said she always knew my parents were too wrapped up in their own stories to see what they were doing to me. She didn't ask me to forgive anyone. Go easy. Just said she hoped I was okay. I told her I was. It felt weirdly final. The rest of the family is split. Some are mad at me, some are mad at my parents. A few just want it to blow over so we can get back to pretending. But it's not blowing over. I'm not letting it. I let too much slide for too long, always hoping someone else would finally step up or at least treat me like a real person, not just the responsible. Not anymore. I get that people are going to judge me for this, say I went too far, but honestly, they never cared about me. Not really. Just about what I could do for them. And if that makes me the bad guy, fine, I'll wear it. Funny thing is, I don't even feel angry anymore. Just tired. Tired in a way that feels like a clean slate, if that makes sense. I'm still not done. There's more I can do, and I probably will. But for now, I'm just watching the fallout. Let them stew in it for a while. If you're reading this hoping for a redemption arc or whatever, sorry, wrong story. I'm not fixing what they broke. I'm just making sure they can't do it again. We'll update if anything explodes. Wouldn't be surprised if it does. Final update. Didn't think I'd do another update, Tibia. Figured I'd just bounce and leave the mess behind. But what's been happening the last couple days is honestly wild, even for my family. And that's saying something. Like people talk about karma, but nobody ever expects it to show up on their own front lawn, right? So I checked my phone this morning. Literally hundreds of missed calls, texts, voicemails, even Facebook messages. It's all caps, all begging, all over the place. Mom's voice is so raw in her messages, I swear it sounds like she's been screaming for hours. Dad switched from threats to full-on pleading. Like the guy who once said, you wouldn't have used it anyway, is now saying, please, please, Everett, just talk to us. Jet's messages are a mess. One's all, you're dead to me. Next is, please man, I'm sorry, I swear I'll fix it. Just call me back. Grace hasn't messaged at all since her one-liner last time, but whatever, not my circus anymore. The weirdest thing though, and I mean I never thought I'd see this, is my dad out in the front yard at like 7 a.m. I only know because Ree sent me a video. I guess he drove by on his way to work. My dad is literally shirtless, hurling wedding gifts into the street, just screaming at nobody. At one point, he trips over the box with their blender in it and just sits there, dirt all over him, head in his hands. It's not even anger anymore, just like defeat. And then my mom. She comes running out, starts slamming her fists on the front door, screaming my name. Neighbors are watching. Mrs. Harper is standing on her porch with her phone, probably calling someone to come calm things down. I guess social consequences are real after all. Inside, Ree says it's even worse. My brother's in a tuxedo that looks like it's been through a wood chipper, on his knees in the grass, just sobbing. He keeps saying, Grace left him. She took the ring. She took the car, literally just up and gone. Left a note that just said I can't do this. He's not even mad at me anymore. He's just wrecked. I almost feel bad. But then I remember every time he laughed in my face and told me to grow up. Nah, he can sit with it. Mom tried to come to my motel. She banged on the door so hard, the manager threatened to call the cops if she didn't leave. I heard her from inside, just repeating my name, voice cracking, begging. I didn't open it. I didn't even get up. Not my problem anymore. The house, mortgage companies sent a notice. They can't cover the payments without my help. Business, dead. Nobody's running it. Clients, bailed. Mom tried to guilt Grandma Jane into helping. Jane just said, you made your choices. Deal with them. I guess that's what happens when you burn through every favor you ever had. Even the neighbors are avoiding them like the plague, which, honestly, hilarious. My parents always acted like they were the center of the block. Now they're just the cautionary tale. My phone keeps going off. I don't even bother to silence it anymore. I just let it buzz while I drink my coffee. Every message is the same. Please, please pick up. We'll do anything. Please just talk to us. Some are angry, some are desperate, some are just nonsense. My dad left a voicemail where he's actually crying, keeps saying he's sorry, keeps asking how he can fix it, just please come home. But I'm not going back. I'm not even tempted. All those years of being the responsible one, the quiet one, the one who just lets it slide, done. I didn't break the law. I didn't go out of my way to hurt them. But I'm not going to be their safety net anymore. I'm not their punching bag. They spent years using me, taking from me, laughing at me when I tried to stand up for myself. Now they get to see what life is like without me cleaning up their messes. It's honestly wild how fast everything fell apart once I stopped holding it together. That's the part nobody ever tells you about family. Sometimes you're just the duct tape. And once you stop sticking around, the whole thing crumbles. And yeah, I know some people are going to say I went too far, or I should try to fix it. But I'm not interested. They made their choices. They can live with them. So now I'm sitting at the airport, watching flight sport, drinking my coffee, watching the sun come up through the dirty glass. My phone's still buzzing, but I'm just letting it run out of battery. I don't know where I'll go next. Maybe back to Germany, maybe somewhere else. Doesn't really matter. What matters is, for the first time in years, I'm not carrying their problems anymore. If you're looking for a happy ending or some big moment of forgiveness, you won't find it here. I'm done. I'm not angry anymore. Just done. They can beg all they want, but I'm not listening. They wanted a life without me in it. Now they've got it. I'll see where I end up. But it won't be with them.